The teacher.
Okay, so തുടങ്ങാവോ?
തുടങ്ങാം Nish.
Okay, Amrita Darshini. Oh, on demand. Okay, ma'am.
Good evening, all. Respected principal, our resource person, teachers, and my dear friends. A very warm welcome to all. Thank you for joining us for today's workshop on stress management. I feel so happy and privileged to have the opportunity to host the webinar organized by our college, Kerala University College of Teacher Education, Nedumangad. Before we begin, I request all the participants to mute their audio for avoiding disturbance during the workshop. Without any further delay, let's start. First of all, I would like to invite Assistant Professor Bindu Ma'am, KUCT Nedumangad, for welcome speech.
Thank you, Amrita. Good evening, all. Respected Principal, Dr. G.N. Sunit Kumar, sir. Respected Resource Person and Chief Guest, Dr. Suresh Kumar Murugesan, sir. Respected participants from various institutions, my dear students and teachers. Today, we, the Kerala University College of Teacher Education, Nedumangad, is organizing a workshop on the topic stress management. In this occasion, it is my duty to welcome you all to this workshop. First of all, I welcome our respected principal, Dr. G.N. Sunit Kumar, sir, who is the pivot of all the activities of our college. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, the most important person of the day, Dr. Suresh Kumar Murugesan, sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Psychology, the American College, Madurai. Actually, we are lucky to have such a veteran resource person for the workshop. With all respect, I welcome Dr. Suresh Kumar Murugesan, sir, to this workshop. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. It's a great honor and privilege for me again being here as a resource person to share my learnings and experiences with the learned teacher educators here. Before getting into my session, I would like to record my sincere gratitude to my beloved friend, respected principal of Kerala University College of Teacher Education, Dr. Sunit Kumar, and the faculty members from the college and the students of the college and dear participants. I think you all having a lot of questions in your mind. Okay, stress management. So what this course is going to talk about? What are the benefits we are going to get it? But I can make you assure that I cannot appropriately say that I can give only one technique for solving the problem. When we have a mathematics, I hope you all remember when we're doing the mathematics calculation, the teacher, they will give the different steps, shortcut method, long method, and alternative method, parallel method. There are many methods that are solving the problem. Likewise, for stress management, there is no single approach or single method is there. There are many methods are there. I'm going to outline those methods, and in specific, I'm going to let you know certain evidence-based practices for stress management. With that note, I'd like to begin my presentation. I take a minute to share my screen with you all. Yes, stress management, it is on the need of the hour. And when we look at that World Health Organization, they listed out certain skills are mandatory for leading our life effectively. Those skills, I hope you all know that skills are the ability or potential in a person who can do a particular job effectively. That is the thing we can say skill set. There are a lot of skill sets we can have. For example, soft skills, computer skills, technical skills, hard skills, life skills, emotional skills, counseling skills, teaching skills. There are many skills are there. But when we look at that, all these skills, you can name it in the soft skills, stress management will be there. When you go to that life skills, stress management will be there. When you go to that technical or workplace skills, stress management will be there. Mostly, wherever we go to the classification of the skills, and stress management is very important. And that's why we know that, okay, we need to know about what is stress, what are the different types of stress, and what are the different type of causes or symptoms of stress, how we can come out from the problem, and what is the current status of stress in and around the world. So when we know about these things and we can effectively manage, we are not stopping the stress. When you look at that, I think we are not stopping the stress. We are managing or regulating the stress. It is a skill that we are going to get it by today's workshop. And I would like to make a disclaimer for ease of understanding. I have included the pictures in my presentation, and I given due acknowledgement to all the content in my presentation. And I took, I read the content. If I feel that if it is illogical, then I will proceed. Okay. And if there is no acknowledgement is missing, if you're not included, if you found that need to be included in my presentation, kindly contact me to my mail ID. Definitely, I will include those components in the next presentation. With that disclaimer, I will get into my presentation. We have to know that what is the current status of stress. We look at here, the first one is about 33%, 1/3 of people, they admitted that they are having the feeling of extreme stress. If we take randomly 3 persons and 1 person will admit that I'm having high level of stress. If we take 10 members, 3 members will say that they are having the stress. That is the first fact you have to understand. And the 77% of people, they experiencing stress, they said that it caused the physical health component. For example, their stress is influencing the physical component. And 73% of people, it not only physical health of an individual, it also impacts the mental health of an individual. See, stress is a very, very prominent component. When we look at that, when the lockdown was announced, one of the important things insisted by most of the medical practitioners was we have to be more immune dominant. For example, your immune system must be functioning well, then only you can able to fight against the virus. And that can be done when you are not having that stress. If you are constantly stressed, our immune power will goes down. Here you can see the people, among the stressed people, 73% of people said that their mental health also affected. Another important problem among most of the present generation people are, and they are not able to sleep properly. Sleep related problems are very common. They will say that insomnia, there are many names they can call it. The people with the stress, 48% of people, 48% people said that they are having the trouble in sleep. If you come to know that you are not able to sleep properly, it is because one of the reasons is on stress. If we have to check whether you are stressed. And when it comes to academic, the students, the number of health concerns among the high school children, stress is one of the very, very important concern among the high school children. They say that we are not able to face academic stress. Peer pressure. Peer pressure is a kind of stress. And we can know that the media influence also create a lot of stress. Now, everyone in that academic, especially for the people who are going to write in the public examinations, SSLC or higher secondary, and for competitive examinations like NEET examinations and any aptitude or competitive examinations, they have a lot of stress in their life. And not only for academic people, you look at the people who are working in irrespective of different sectors. 80% of people, they feel that they are stressed at their workplace. 80%. And when we look at that global average, 35 countries, they admitted that out of 143 countries, they are experiencing stress. It is an alarming fact we can see. And look at here when the people who are constantly stressed, they said that nearly among 57%, they said that they are paralyzed. They couldn't do any kind of activity. That means the numbness they experience a lot. They cannot do any kind of activities. And another fact is saying that 63% of workers, they are having the tendency, they are having the feeling they want to quit the job. It is because they are experiencing constantly stress in their workplace. 63%, nearly 2/3 of workers, they have this kind of tendency or thinking or feeling. They want to quit the job because of the work-related stress. And 35% of, they said that who is responsible for their stress? They said that the immediate boss. The boss is the stress for their particular person in the environment. And 76% of workers, in another fact saying that it has a negative impact on the relationship. For example, if it is on teachers, the relationship with the student, the relationship with the co-workers, the relationship with the family members. If the teachers are experiencing a lot of stress, and you can see 2/3 of teachers having the problem in maintaining the better relationship in their workplace and in their personal life also. And 79% of men, when it comes to gender, men are more affected because of work-related stress in their relationship. When come to that female, it is only 61%. It means naturally female are having, women gender are having better stress coping than male. Based on the study, you can by see the percentage of people who can able to cope. And another fact is that 36% of adults, they said that they are experiencing stress, not because of other members, it is because of the loved one in the family or in the friend circle. And 66% of people, they reported that they lost the sleep. They couldn't sleep properly. It is because of stress they are experiencing. And we all know that depression and stress are highly related on each other. And when these two are constantly we found in a person, that physical components will be deteriorated. And the people, when we take one more fact, the higher people who are stressed, when we look at that, some of the people, they have the habit of self-harming. They may not take the food properly. They may not take care of that personal grooming, personal hygienic practices. It's called, we can say, self-harming. 16% of people who are stressed, they self-harm themselves. And 32% of people, they said that they are having the suicidal thoughts. Why I want to live? Because I'm having the stress alone. I couldn't experience good thing in my life. And 36% of adults who report that they, because of stress, they feel very lonely. See, when we look at the number of facts I'm narrating here, so there are alarming facts, not only for only one sector, even in the academic side, when we look at the people who are working and look at the people who are in the relationship, and irrespective of developmental stages, everyone are a victim of stress. We cannot say that this thing is only male and female, both are affected. And when it comes to the body image, who are more stressed? The female or the woman gender are the most affected because of body image. They said that I'm not fair, I'm not having that particular size of body. But when it comes to men, it is also there, but their percentage is very less. When it comes to women, it is on 36%, and when it comes to men, it is on 23%. And the next important fact is that, I think, the college students. So when a student who has a problem like psychological problem like anxiety, depression, and academic performance, any kind of problem, it may be related to the stress. How many of them are going for counseling? Not all the people. Not all the students who are having stress are going to meet the counselor. Only 61% they are going to seek the counselor's help. Now, most of the institutions, they are having that a dedicated counselor to help the people with the problem. And 10 colleges, college students, they said that they are having the stress. College students are also experiencing. There is one saying is that mostly the family members will say that when you complete your public examination, your school education, you will enjoy your college education. Actually, college education also creates a lot of stress. And another fact I'm going to let you know is about less than 25% of the people, the worldwide, when you take, they are depressed. Okay, so they are seeking for the treatment, and the remaining 75, they are not taking any kind of medical support for their stress-related or anxiety-related problems. As of now, I given that a lot of facts related to that stress. The next component we are going to talk about the what is stress. Can anyone let me know here what do you mean by stress? Anyone? You can give the answer in the chat box, or else you can type the answer. Yes. What do you mean by stress?
Mental fatigue.
Lovely. Mental fatigue. Very good. Any other? For example, when you are having the mobile phone, if the charger is drained.
Mental pressure.
Yes. Mental pressure. Lovely. Lovely. Any other?
Mental imbalance.
Mental imbalance. Yes. I think it is very easy for me to give the answer, introduce the topic, because you all know the answer for the question. Anyhow, I'm going to give you the answer for the question. There are two ways we can define the term stress. So one is about, we are having body and mind. Okay, you all know that the body and mind. Okay. The body mind will react for what? It may be a real or imagined threat. Just imagine that a dog is chasing you in the street. While you are walking on the street, a dog is chasing you, and you will respond for that. No? So your cognitive, your mind and your body respond. That and when we look at the next one is about, we are having a lot of events. Some people have stress in the events like examination time. If there is a festival in that home, they have a lot of stress. And there is a change in the place. I still remember one of my friend's schoolmate. He used to study in a particular place. On a particular day, another friend who came earlier and who occupied that place, and he couldn't tolerate, he couldn't report for studying in another place. He said that I couldn't study if you are not giving the space. Even changing the place also cause for the stress. Okay. Generally, when we look at that, stress is something or mind and body reaction to the threat. It may be real or it may be imagined. Why I'm saying that imagine, some people will say that no one will harm, it may happen to me. If I go there, the bus will come and hit me, I may die. So this kind of imagination may also cause the stress. And when we look at that another component, we can see there is a change in our physical, emotional, and psychological thing because of strain or because of the tension. So that also we can say that stress. I will give one example. When you look at I'm having my hand, I'm just tight, fist my hand. When I give the pressure here, I feel stress here. I feel a stress. It may be physical, it may be an emotional. Emotionally, I can able to tolerate some extent of negative emotions. I cannot tolerate more than that. And when we look at that history of stress, actually stress used in physics. We all know that there are many fields in science, physics, chemistry, biology, botany, zoology. These were the science. Among the science, the stress was commonly used in physics. And we borrowed from that, and the first person who used in stress research is Hans Seil. Hans Seil is the person who used, and you can see the force or the strain in a person, we can say. And next one is the stressors. Now we know the answer for the question, what is stress? There are certain things that is the cause for the stress that we can call as some stressor. The cause, something that causes the particular tension or strain, we can call as some stressors. Again, the stressors can be classified into many categories. I'm going to let you know some of the classification of stressors. Here you can see the stressors can be internal or external. The beginning, as I said, I hope you all remember, our bodies and mind reaction to the stimuli, a threat. Okay. The internal, it may be our thought, our belief, our attitude may also cause for our stress. So that's why we can call these another internal stressors. Externally, if you lost something, there is an accident, there is a tragedy, there is a change in your life, that also causes stress. So the first classification of the causes of stress is, we can say, stressors. One is about internal and another one is external. Sometimes we may have experienced both internal as well as external. And another classification of stressors, there are broad categories, we can say, the physical stressors and psychological stressors. So what do you mean by physical stressors? We can see sometime when we are experiencing very hot, sometimes we may have that very cold temperatures. And these also cause for the stress we are having in our physical body. There is an injury that we experience stress. There is a chronic illness or the chronic pain we are experiencing, that also cause for the physical stressor. And psychological stressors. Psychological stressors are those, we can say, sometimes our mind is the responsible for the stress. The first classification I given the stressor, the causes of stress, we can say internal and then external. And second one is I given the physical and psychological. And third one classification I'm going to let you know. They given absolute stressors and relative stressors. I will let you know what do you mean by absolute and what do you mean by relative. Absolute are the one, I think it is very common and universal. For example, tsunami. In 2004, we had a tsunami in India. The earthquake, very recently, Taiwan experienced the earthquake. And very famous disaster, I can say that the Twin Towers problem. And these cause, we can say that due to that national calamities, national disaster, when the person who are experiencing stress, we can say that absolute stressors. Okay. And another one is relative stressors. Relative stressors, something when you are traveling in a road, there is a traffic, but you have to reach a place very quickly, but the traffic is not getting allow you to move forward. So that creates a stress, that we can say relative stressors. And the time we have to submit that assignment within the stipulated time. And taxes, when we say tax after tax after tax after, we are getting stressed. There are many people who come and fight in the streets. And I can say that the student, the common stressor is examination, writing the examinations. I'll add on few more major classification of stressors. And we have to understand that when I'm defining the term stress and stressors, when we know what is the cause, it is easy for us to resolve the problem in a person. We can able to manage the stress. When we cut the cause, and we can able to manage the stress. Environmental stressors. When we look at the environmental component. So one is about, excuse me. Just a minute. Yes, sorry for that. I had a environmental stressors like noise is also one of the important environmental component that creates stress, and even sorry, even over illumination also cause for that environmental common overcrowding, and these are some of the causes I can say. And in daily life, we can say traffic, when you lost the key, where you misplacing the keys. And when you forget the money, if you are not having that adequate money, the quality of physical activity and life changes. For example, the person having breaking the relationship, divorce, and bereavement, death of loved one in the family, workplace the stresses like high job demand, and you are not having any control in the workplace, and repeated thing and forceful work, and the messy environment in the workplace, the chemical like when you're a person who are addicted to that negative coping mechanism like tobacco, alcohol, and drugs may also cause the stressor. And socially, we can say the expectations of others, society and family members' expectations also cause. As of now, I given that inputs regarding what is stress, what is stressors, and there are many facts I given that. Now we will know that whether there is only one stress is there. Is there is any classification? Is there? Yes, there are few ways it was classified. I'm going to let you know. And you can see here the one classification is about, they can say that the positive stress, tolerable stress, and toxic stress. This is one classification. In another classification, they can see acute stress, episodic stress, and chronic stress. And these are the two classifications. There is one more classification you look at here. The good stress and then bad stress. They call us eustress and distress. And one more classification is that the cognitive stress, affective stress, and psychomotor stress. The physical stress. Cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. And these are the classifications as we know. And I'm not explaining those components. We'll move to the next one, the causes. Earlier, I given a lot of causes, but here you can see some of the points you will remember. You will also agree with me that these are the common causes for stress. One is about the change. When there is a change in your routine, and we can experience a stress, loss, maybe money or loved one, whatever it may be. An uncertain future like COVID-19, there are many people who got into stress. And the people in the academic, when they have very less time to prepare for the examination, for example, tomorrow or day after maybe the examination, the person may not study the earlier, and the person wait for until the examination time comes and the examination nearby, and they will have more stress. And if they prepare earlier, they may not have the stress. And procrastination is also another root cause for the stress, and they will delay the work. Okay, I will do next time, I will do after 1 hour, I will do after some time. And disorganization create a lot of stress because you know how to proceed and whether we are moving on the right path or not. And lack of interest is another problem, and burnout and exhaust. Sometimes we may not tolerate particular issues, and over perfection is also cause for the stress. And I given that the causes in general perspective, there are many factors out there. You have to understand your cause, and it may be the internal, external, or it may be both physical or psychological. It may be an absolute and relative, whatever it may be. When you know about it and you can know that, okay, we have to address that causes and we can manage your stress most effectively. And I'm going to let you know the common symptoms, how we consider that the person is under stress. Here are some of the symptoms. When you look at in a person, you can say that, okay, this person is unstressed. Cognitive symptoms, you can see here. And when the person having memory problem, you look at yourself, whether you are good in memory and you are not in a stress. Most of the people who are in stress, they are very poor in memory and they are inability to concentrate. And they have the poor judgment. And they see only the negatives in their life, and they are more anxious, and they are having racing thoughts in their mind, and they worry constantly. And these are the symptoms. If you have, you can easily, you can group, you can self-analyze that you are having cognitive stress if you have problem in this component. And the emotional symptoms, like if the person will be moody, they may not be free and happy, and they short-tempered, they get more irritations while they are interacting with them. The agitations will be very common, inability to relax. They cannot relax, and they feel overwhelmed, and they are the one who feel lonely and isolated, and they feel that they are depressed, and they said that they are unhappy in their life. And the physical symptoms, you can see mostly in the body pains, we can see. Constipation is very important. I still remember many of my friends when we are PhD defense, they will say that constipation, they couldn't, they more frequently go to the bathroom, diarrhea will be there. Because of the stress. And nausea, even dizziness is also caused, physical, and chest pain, and rapid heartbeat we can able to see in a person who are having more stress. And some people, they say that the loss of sexual drive, and they may get into frequently, they get into cold. These are the symptoms we can say that the person having the stress. Now, to deal with the stress, as I said, for all the problem, we are not having only one solution for the problem. We are having more ways we can deal with the problem. And that we can say approach or perspective. When you deal something in a way that we can say is called approach or perspective, there are many perspectives are there. I'm trying to introduce you more than 20 perspectives. And before that, as we given the classification of stress into physical, cognitive, emotional, and social, how we can come out from the physical stress. And the strategy, what I'm going to tell here are many of you are aware about it, but here are evidence-based, it will work out for you. The first one is about physical stress management. So these are the few exercises you can do for come out from your physical stress. For example, neck relaxation. But when you do these things, sometimes now the people who are sitting in front of the desk and working, and they will do these kind of exercises and they feel relaxed. So they will do. Okay. And when you found that physical stress, yes, you can do. And the another one is take a stretching exercise. Amazing. And you can see the pictures. Generally, when we do our school education, our physical education master or teacher will teach them, okay, you can do stretches. All the joints, you have to make a stretch. And they can say that warm up, like warm up component. When you do that, then you will be come out from that stress. Even there are many techniques like JPM also helps. Massage. I think Kerala is very famous for massage, Ayurvedic massages, and even this technique we can use it to come out from that the physical stress. And I remember if there is a festival in villages, all the members in the family, they will assemble, they will do the oil massage. Okay. And the exercise is another coping mechanism for the stress. If you have the physical stress, when you do the regularly exercise, your tolerance level will be increased. And you have to have the proper sleep. And people who are not having that adequate level of sleep, and they may have more stress. So you have to look at your sleep pattern. And the breathing, yes. Inhaling and exhaling, breathing exercise will help you to come out from the stress and try to be relaxed by yourself. So these were the physical stress management strategies are given to you. And you can take any one of the methods. You never take all the methods. You can take any one you feel more comfortable. Some people will say that, okay, I want to do exercise. Some people will say, I don't want to do exercise. You can go to other exercises, which I have mentioned. Which one you feel you can do and it will help you, you can do that. Not go for all the techniques I'm going to suggest. And another one is cognitive stress management. When you have the cognitive stress symptoms, and you can go for these things. One is about, these are the few cognitive stress management strategy. One is about try to control your thoughts. There is a thought, clouds will be there when the person having the cognitive stress. They may not have the clarity of thoughts. One thought after another, it will blend and they have the clouds of thought. And most of the clouds of the thoughts are negative. It will not allow them to focus on the positive side. It will allow them to focus on the negative side of an individual. Try to regulate the thoughts. And there is when you are stressed in your mind, so use that guided imagery. Guided imagery is an interesting thing. And you can see the relaxed melodies. You can play and watch that natural components, and your cognitive stress will come down. I hope some of you, those who love that nature, and you can use this technique. I felt generally recently I found that, and this is the one thing that helped me a lot to come out from the cognitive stress. And this technique also they suggested, but I can say that very few, I would like to make a disclaimer here. Counting the numbers will also help you to get clarity about your thoughts. Some people admitted that, okay, this technique is not much effective, and you can check yourself whether it is an effective, you can take this technique, or else you can go to the other techniques. Self-appreciation. Appreciate. See, when the people who are stressed, it is because of that body image, as I said, one of the important facts in the beginning I told you, that female and male, the body image, when you are appreciate yourself, whatever you are, and you can have the tolerance to fight against your cognitive stress. And when there's a problem in your life, try to avoid the problem. And some people, knowingly or unknowingly, they will get into the problem by themselves, and it is very, very nonsense. I can say that. Try to avoid the problem and move away from the problem. practice self-control. It's very, very important quality to come out from that stress. If you have any kind of cognitive stress, practice self-control. Self-control is very, very difficult task. We may say that, yes, I can able to do that. But verbally we can say when it comes to practice and we fail. And there is in psychology, we can say that Stroop test. Stroop test is interesting. You have to read the color, not the letter. And you have to tell the color, not the letter. So these are things we can say whether we are able to control or not. So self-control is a technique. When you practice every day, at one point of time you will attain. And when you have the self-control, you can easily manage your cognitive stress. And I can say that we cannot give the answer for all the problem what we are having. Sometimes we need a professional help. Most of the education institutions, they are having counselors. They are called wellness counselor or psychological counselor or emotional coach, whatever it may be. You can go and talk with them. They may give another perspective, because when we have the problem, we focus on the problem. We are not focusing on the solution, because the problem is we feel that the bigger one. When you are stressed, to consult someone who are trained professionally, they will help you to come out from your problem. And there are few ways. If you are having the faith on God, if you are having the faith on spirituality, and there are few strategies that you can use in a spiritual way of managing your stress. One is about meditation. Almost all the religion, they are having that meditation practice. We can do meditation that also help you to come out from the stress, and prayers. Some people say that if I do prayer and then I can have the better stress management. It is based on the belief system. If you are not having the belief towards spirituality, don't do that. And if you have the belief, yes, you can do that. And the third one is finding purpose and meaning in your life. Why you are here, and when we know about it, accept the pain. It is a concept of Buddhism. And you can easily tolerate when you internalize these things. Pain is a part and parcel of our life. Stress is part and parcel of your life. Then you will take it as a natural way, and you can able to manage your stress even better. There is an emotional stress management strategy I'm going to let you know. There are many emotional things are there. One is about, if there is an emotional stress, take a break. Take a break. There are people used to say that, okay, when you are experiencing more emotional burden, if you are abused by emotionally, and you can take a break and you can go and just release that emotional pain. Another one is, best one is catharsis. You can go and meet your friends and say that I'm having that emotional pain. When you share, you feel relaxed because you are releasing the pain you are having in your component. And yes, there is another thing. When you are emotionally down, if someone is close, it may be your mother, it may be your granny, it may be your younger brothers or elder brothers, we can hug them. There is a hormone called oxytocin will be secreted. Oxytocin will be secreted. Yes, even there are many movies also they used to say that. So it is the best way you can release your emotional stress. And here on one more technique, it comes in the physical as well as the emotional component. I will let you know. There is a person called Jacobson. Jacobson is the one who found that the connection between body and mind. He is the one who said that when you make a change in your body, you can able to make a change in your emotion. And you can able to make a change in your mind. So he said that there are different muscle sets are there, forehead, eyes, cheek, and there are many muscles you have to tight and then release it. Tight and release it. And one point of time, when you do these things for your sets, you can Google it, JPMR script. Or in YouTube, you can go to that, how to do Jacobson's progressive muscle relaxation. They will give this guideline. When you do follow for 15 minutes, and you can feel, you can release your almost all the physical, emotional, cognitive stress, you can come out from that. And yoga is another strategy. There are research evidences are much now. Earlier, we are not having much evidences. By using yoga, we can able to come out from that problem. But now we are having a lot of evidences for that. And there is one more, the contemporary. Our emotions are regulated by the aroma around us. Sometimes we feel that more comfortable. Sometimes we may feel uncomfortable. There are documentaries are available in National Geography. When you look at that, even the aroma in our family members are very close to us. And sometimes we feel uncomfortable also. You can check this aromatherapy. And laughter is another interesting strategy. You can use it to come out from the stress. Right? Even if you are not laugh, we can watch that the comedy scenes or something, Lauren Hardy, or you can go to the Tom and Jerry, Popeyes, whatever it may be, you like it, you can play and watch it. And the social stress management, I can say. Some of the stress are not created by us, it is created by the society itself. So we can use the society as a tool for coming out of the problem. Okay, here are some of them. One is about prioritizing your task. So when you go to the route and for if you go to the trip, if you are having the plan for the trip and you can able to come out from that. If the plan is A is not working and you can go to the plan B. There are many ways we can plan, and the plan will help you to come out from your stress. For example, procrastination and the delay in that, it will help you. And develop any one of the hobbies is another important thing. There is a saying is that a lonely mind is on playground for devils. When you are stressed, because you are having only negative thoughts, it comes again and again. It will make you uncomfortable, putting down. So instead of being alone, isolated, you can engage yourself in doing any kind of hobbies. It may be anything you can do, whatever you like it. It may be artwork, it may be dance, it may be singing. Whatever you like, you can do that. And you can develop interpersonal relationship, which is another interesting thing. And we human beings are social animals. When you are connected with other people, we feel confident that yes, we can. Someone is there for me too. I can able to manage any kind of problem in my life. Such a confidence you will get it. And the family part is connections. Again, it is the one that is on root cause for the problem. It is the one that will help you to come out from the stress also. Sometimes when you feel someone, you feel more comfortable when you meet them, and you can say that yes, I can able to come out from the stress. And spend quality time with your family once. Go to the movie, or you can go to the nearby festival, order it maybe, and volunteers, participate in a social gathering. That's another important thing, and it gives a space for us to vent out, relaxation, and participate in social services. Be volunteer for any kind of local activities, and you feel that okay, I have done something back to my society. One of the definitions for mental health is contribute to the society, understanding your realizing your potential and meaningful in your life. So the people who are not stressed are the ones who contribute or give back to the community or society where they are lost. Others they will not do because they are stressed. They cannot be able to think further. Here are another few strategy I can say that many of the stress we are having in workplace or in academic, the people who are not in assertive anything, they may not say that no. Try to learn how to say no. If you are not able to do that, if you are having too many work, say no. And some people we feel more uncomfortable. Don't make them to be very close and nearby. Become contagious. Just stay away from the people. And that people we can say is a negative people. And try to control. Sometimes the control is a root cause for your problem. You try to control, and what make you more comfortable, you just go there, change the place. And don't discuss about the thing which you feel uncomfortable. Another thing is plan and prepare the to-do list. Here are the different approaches are there. You can see there are 30 approaches I given here, and some of them are science-based and some of them are not science-based. For example, emotion-oriented approach you can use. Yoga, meditation, the breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, the behavioral changes, cognitive restructuring, home or granny therapy, psychotherapy, the lifestyle approach. When you make a lifestyle, in a way you can able to make the change in that thing. And autogenic techniques and catharsis, releasing the pain what you are having inside, pharmacotherapy, medication, biomedical model, practicing mindfulness, being at the present rather than thinking about future and then fast, and guided imagery, otherwise it is called visualization. In our life, we may add on good experiences. You just think about it, Tai Chi and Zen therapy. And if you are in a support group, that will also help us to come out from that stress. Action-oriented approach, the music therapy. Some people say that when I'm stressed, I used to listen to music. It will help me to come out from that. There are many relaxation techniques are there. Acceptance-oriented approach, biofeedback, ABC techniques, spirituality technique, art-based therapy, nature therapy. There are number of therapies are there. We can use it for come out from the stress. And with that, I can stop my presentation. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Thank you so much for all the members who are actively listening my presentation. And if you have any questions or any feedback, you are welcome and try to answer for your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And now it's time to clear the doubt. Participants can ask the questions if they have any. You can also make use of the chat box.
When it comes to stress management, there are 3 steps you can keep it in your mind. So one is about prevention. Prevent, how we can prevent the stress. Another one is preparation. And third one is taking action. Taking appropriate strategy for dealing that the stress we may have. And for that, we must know that which part of the system you are having the stress. Sometimes you may have the stress in your cognitive component, where if you apply that emotional approach, it will not work out for you. There's a problem maybe in social component, you can use the social component, not that physical component. Yeah, there is a one question from Balasubramanian here. Now, what is the difference between mental health and mental well-being? Yes, when we look at the term health and well-being, when we go to the definition given by WHO for the term health and well-being, what is health? Health refers to not merely the absence of disease. If a person not having absence of disease, we cannot call as an health. And the person may have emotionally, socially, cognitively functioning fully, then only we can say that the person is healthy. And I'm come to the next point is about well-being. Well-being is something, for example, you can take it 0. You look at me, whether I'm a healthy person or I'm an ill person. So based on look at me, you can say that I'm a healthy person. How you say that? I'm not having any disease. But actually, I'm not healthy. It is called pseudo-healthy. Healthy means I have to experience happiness in my day-to-day life. I have to experience the feeling of goodness. Sometimes feel goodness when we do something, some activities. So those components we can say it is a well-being. So well-being is on +10. Okay, illness is on -10. Neutral is on 0. Many people we are confusing neutral is on health component, that is called pseudo-health. Health is and we have to go to the positive side of our life. We have to be resilient. We have to be forgive the mistakes of others. We have to be manage our emotions. We have to experience more positivity, positive feelings, and these are happiness, pleasure, and those components will comes under well-being. And there is one question here: how we can measure the stress? There are 2 ways you can able to measure your level of stress. So one is about there is one called diagnostic criteria. Diagnostic criteria means there is a chart will be there. In my presentation also I given that cognitive symptoms, physical symptoms, emotional symptoms. The same way you can use it. You can find out how many symptoms are there. If you are having more than 60% of symptoms, and you can label you are having stress. If you are having 20 to 40%, you are having mild level. You can able to manage. It is an alarming, you can able to understand it. Another one is psychometric tools. There are a number of tools are there, for example, social stress, academic stress, you can say generalized and general stress. There are many psychometric tools are there. You can take any one of the tools to find out the stress, Dr. Nalini ma'am. And another, how to we can avoid the examination time stress. So, I think examination is compulsory. No one can say that I'm not going to write any exam. Yes, we may have the examination. How we can prepare ourselves? I would like to give on the best example. Riding the cycle. How we learn riding the cycle? Not by immediately, not by trial and error. We fell down and then we pedal it and fell down, pedal it and we learn it. The same way for stress management for academic. That's why we have to prepare the children in the beginning itself. The time management, plan for the examinations. And we have to prepare the mind. If they are, we can expect that some of the time we may expect that the questions we cannot able to answer. It may happen. I still remember some of the public examination. After the examination, they will say that this year mathematics examination is very tough. Even the well-to-do student, they cannot answer. They have the problem in answering the questions. So for them, I can say that preparation, planning, time management, and mental clarity, so that they can do that meditation or mindfulness exercise, which will help them to do that. And one more thing, they do that memory techniques also, which will feel they're confident. And there are physical changes if they make, they can able to make a change in their cognition also. These are some of the strategy I give. What of the strategy I told that you can apply for them when they feel relaxed, they can able to write their examination better. There are 3 more questions are here. Yes. Sometimes when we are concentrating, it is very difficult to control our mind. Yes, very true. If we are not able to control our mind, that is the indication that we are normal human beings. So how to control our mind? For example, you all know that we are using animals. We may use animals for our agriculture works. Do you think that initially it will start to work? No. For concentration also, in the beginning, we can do that mindfulness exercise. I can say I found it is more effective. Mindfulness breathing, that is the best exercise you can do for concentration. And there is one more thing called expressive art therapy, mandala art therapy. And when we do these therapies, it will help us to increase our concentration. I know there are many people are doing it. I can say some of the names. I know Miss Sunanda from Hyderabad is doing art therapy, and her sister also doing that. There are many people who are trained in that art therapy. You can meet them, and definitely they will help you to increase your concentration. And there is a question how to control our thought. Control our thought, self-regulation practices. Self-regulation practices are something, for example, mindful breathing. You do for 10 minutes in a day, and you can able to control your breathing. The same thing you can, whatever come, you can do that. There are cognitive reframing techniques like push button technique will help you. If some thoughts are disturbing, okay, or you can visualize for 1 minute, give a space for that negative, the thought which is disturbing a lot, stop. After 1 minute, you can think that you are free from that thought. You can able to manage the thought. Again, you can give for that the thought which is disturbing, negative thought, replace the thought with positive one, negative thought, replace the thought with positive one. Once if you do these things for 4 to 5 times, and you will have a confidence that you can able to control your negative thoughts. So that's the way you can do that. Yeah, situations are sometimes environment is the root cause for the stress. It's very difficult to change. We can able to change our mindset only. So one point of time, I can give the best example. We are not able to change the environment. Change your mind. Change your mindset. That is the best way you can able to manage the environment related stress. And yeah, we are having that lot of causes for the stress. When we know about the cause, it is easy to remove the cause. We can not getting chance into fall in the component of stress. So try to identify the cause, stay away from the cause. Yeah, good relationship need on certain things. For example, if I'm communicating with you in a language, am I right? The same way for relationship also has a certain language. That is called love languages. Love languages are something, word of affirmation. You have to appreciate the people, then only they will come back. Your relationship will be nurtured. And quality time with them. Respect. And physical touch needed for better relationship. So these were act of kindness. These are the primary love languages given by Chapman for the relationship. You can find into the primary love language of your friend or partner or whoever it may be, your teacher, and use those primary love languages, and you can do better relationship in your life. Yeah, Barna, managing criticism is a very interesting thing. There are many people around us, they may not appreciate, but they will criticize. And there are ways you can able to make that criticism as an appreciation. Just imagine that I'm doing something, I have done a mistakes. If no one is there for criticism, I believe that what I'm doing is correct. To take it in the positive sense, or else you can find out if the person is consistently giving negative criticism, stay away from the people. You find the people who can give that
snack bait. Snack bait.
Constructive. And the next one is about procrastination. Yes, lovely, Anjita. Even many people will say that how I'm come up from the procrastination. See, I hope you all having these kind of experiences. Most of you here. In the morning, you try to get up in a particular time. Remember, it may be on 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. or 7 a.m. whatever it may be. When you put an alarm, when you get up the first ring itself, you can claim, you can put label yourself, you are not a procrastinating person. Where procrastination starts, don't snooze your alarm. When the alarm rings, immediately you have to get up. When you do these things for at least a week or 2 weeks of time, and it is self-regulated, you can easily come out from the procrastination. When you start with the day with the procrastination, you can do procrastination for all the activities when you take up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, there is an Sedu woman, and given that what are the easy stress management? When you look at that easy way to manage our technique, I can say that Jacobson's progressive muscle relaxation. He given that when you make a change in your body, you can able to make a change in your mind and emotions. Okay, and yeah, who are the people we can talk about our personal stress? The close friends. Malavika, you can talk to your close friends, and when you release your stress to someone else, you feel relaxed. If close friends are not there, you can talk with your family members. Even if they are not available, talk with your. If you have a faith on the God, you can talk with your God. The only thing you have to ensure that no one mistakenly take it as an wrongly. Okay. How can control a habit of overthinking? Yes, overthinking, as I said, now it is a root cause for many of the cognitive stress. How you can stop the overthinking? You just to do one thing, and then push button technique, as I said. No, the thinking is there. No? The negative overthinking means if it is on positive, we will not stop it. We may not feel uncomfortable. We can feel uncomfortable when we have the negative thoughts, negative thinking. So how we can stop that? There are many ways we can able to stop that negative. You have space for the negative thinking, and you can replace with that positive thinking, and again go to the negative thinking and replace with the positive thinking. Earlier, you may not have the self-regulation. Now you know that, okay, if you come negative, okay, I can replace with the positive. So this is the only way you can counter that overthinking of negativity. A stress-free person is Andra. It is Andrea. It is very difficult. I cannot say that. Yes, it is possible. Stress-free person is preparing your mind. We cannot change our environment. We cannot change the behavior of others. We can change the perception of our mind. Okay. When we do these things, we can be able to come out most of the stress in our life for Andra and Archana. The commitment phobia. Yes, there are some people are committed to over perfection. I want to do best. It is good, but when it is on excessive, beyond that normal, we can say that it need to be addressed, and you yourself know that what is the cause for your stress. Okay, over commitment. Make it as a realistic commitment for your ability, for your requirement. What are the commitment you need to put? You put that much amount alone. That is an immediate step you can take to come out from that commitment stress. Yeah, sexual abuse is another important thing, Daniel Murali. Yes, when no one can say that I cannot having sexual abuses. Yes, it is very common nowadays. The bullying, sexual abuses, it may be verbal or it may be physical, whatever it may be. How we can come out from that? You can be more assertive in these components. I can say that assertiveness training. At the end, I given one of the technique called try to say no. If you are not feel comfortable with the words used by them for sexual related component, you can say no directly. Then if the person is physically do that, be assertive and make the person to understand that, okay, when you do next time, you give the warning. The person do the next time, you can make them give an alarm and give a punishment to the person. There are many people will be there. Bring it to that the elderly person or the right person. You can go to the police. They are the one who can able to give the right punishment to the people who are doing such a nonsense or they are creating sexual related component. Yeah, stress is very common for adolescents. I think you all know that the hormonal imbalance. And one more thing, the identity crisis will be very common. What we can say that that is a period we can give more of self-regulation activities for adolescents. But that is the time they are the one who may not accept whatever we say. But the people who are self-regulated at the time of teenage period, and they are the one who can successful in their life. And how to help my friend who come out from the stress. As I said, now there are many strategies I given that you can take any one of the strategy. You know that now what the person is good at. You know the cause of the problem. You try to make them to understand that you just come out from that issue. That is the only way. And another one is giving the moral support itself. Yeah, one of the strategy, you can help the people to come out from the stress. Thank you, Raj. And yes. Yeah, when you are not make it, fake it. There is one more state is there, na, Ganga. Ganga Nair, I would like to say that positive thinking is realistic positive thinking. For example, if I'm thinking that I'm saying that a positive thinking, if I marry 1,000 people, is it possible? It is a positive thinking if the person think that. No. Realistic positive thinking. What can be done? That we can make it. An optimistic thinking, when we are having, there are two components, good and bad in front of us, we have to focus on the good thing rather than the negative one. So that is the answer. And optimism is on good quality. We need to imbibe almost in that, in our day-to-day practices. We can say that positive affirmation, gratitude journaling will help you to come out from that negativity to positivity. Yeah. The teacher's role is, Anuja, I think you know that the root cause of the stress. I think I can say that many of you are here in the teacher education. You have done your school education. Can you let me know what you have studied in your mathematics class, in your 3rd standard? Do you remember? Do you remember what you have studied in your social sciences? No, we know that the skill set only we learn. And we academic stresses need to be reduced by the teachers only. They know that what is the level of the student and what they can do, what we need for that social application. That is the hands of the teachers. Yeah. Another embarrassed situation is very common. There are two ways. One is fight and flight. The stress thing is when you're having that skill, when you're having that confidence, you can fight against the stress. If you're not having the confidence, just flight it. Stay away from the problem you are facing it. Yeah, Jayasri, it is a lovely question. I can say how we can accept the thing that we cannot change. Lovely question. You can see I'm having that mouse in my hand. I cannot change the color of this mouse. If I think that I can change this color into red color, okay, mouse, you change the red color, you change your color into red. It is unrealistic. We have to accept. If you are not accepting this reality, definitely will get into stress. There are many people expect that my friend need to change, my family members need to change, but they are not willing to change by themselves. I hope you understand, Jayasri. And yeah, parent is another important root cause for our problem. We cannot change the parents, am I right? But we can change the perception of our parents. We can say that your parents are toxic or your parents are the root cause for the stress. We can, you try to make them to understand in a way. You have to be more smart enough to make them to understand. Or else, we can say in a smart way. For example, if your parents are asking you to study, they are creating a lot of stress. You study when they are in front of them. That is the easiest way. And if it is another component, I don't know. Yeah, Amrita Darshini, I can say that how the student can become emotionally stable in competitive world. It's very difficult. For example, if you know how to ride a cycle, we will ride. Am I right? When you practice it and you can ride. If I don't know how to ride a cycle, is it possible for me to ride a cycle? No. The same way for that, managing our emotions in the competitive world. It is very important thing. There are a lot of people are there in our society. They are the one root cause for all kind of emotion problem. All kind of emotion problem. One is we stay away. We can strengthen our emotional rigor, resilient skills. Then we can able to fight against that. Assertive, being assertive is the only way in the competition world. The many people trying to putting down positivity among how we can extend the positivity among adolescents. Chandra Mohan. It's very simple. Be a role model. We human beings are our mirror neurons are more active than that when I'm preaching rather than behaving. People are do and follow what I'm saying, what I'm doing it, not by saying it. So do become a ideal role model to that young minds. Definitely they can able to change. Yeah, over perfection is very common thing, and here itself you know that over perfection is a how we can control. When you know about it, you are doing over perfection. When you know the thin line between perfection and over perfection, and you may not expect that. Okay, for my attempt, I have done best. That's all. That's enough. You can stop it and then go focus on the next work. Don't do that the same work again and again. There are many children will do the same kind of things. Yeah. How effective exercise is reducing the stress. Arya, in the beginning, as he said, no, there is a person called Jacobson. Jacobson's progressive muscle relaxation technique is very popular. They call it JPMR. Jacobson is the one who said that when you make a change in your physical component, we can able to make a change in your mind. Okay. So when I tight my muscles and relax, when I tight my muscles and relax. Now you see, when I'm doing 2 times itself, I feel relaxed. My stress is released. So that's why, as I said, when you make a change in your physical component, you can able to make a change in your psychological component also. Yeah. Then yes, there are situations, the people who are in a better place, they may have that fear of sexually abused. I too agree. The high chances are there. So how we can come out from that? One is about, as I said, no? The emotional pains are there. Don't repress in your mind. Find someone who can go and release your pain. Just imagine, Dr. Kumar is my close friend. If I have any pain in my family, any pain in my emotional component, I'll make a call. He's a good friend of mine. When I share him and I feel relaxed, and he will console me, he will morally support me. That is the one way. The another one is you can prepare yourself to counterattack. Okay. Even the safer environment that creates the fear. Yes, you have to be more assertive. Assertiveness skills we need to develop. Assertiveness we need to develop, even if it is unreal, even if it is an imaginary, we have to prepare it, and definitely no one will attack. That there is a saying is there. When you look at that, when the street, when you walk on the street dog and try to chase you. When you fear and run away, it will chase you. If you stop and look at that and stare at it, it will not come. And the same way for here also, this in the people who are trying to chase it, you just be assertive and then look at it and be assertive, and they may not come back again. Yes. There's a lot of positive appreciation note for me. Thank you all for a lovely feedback for me. Thank you so much, friends. And yeah.
Hello, sir. Can I ask? Hello,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Sir, is childhood trauma affect our personal life?
Definitely, sir. Definitely, it will affect our personal life.
Sir, can you suggest some remedies to overcome those situations? My friend is facing such
Yeah.
kind of things.
Yeah. And the first one is, we can say it is called free association. If there is any emotional pain, emotional stress, we can release them by free association. What is free association? You can ask them to bring the emotional experiences which they feel uncomfortable into conscious mind. There are many ways, are there? Many ways. Ms. Aparna, can you mute your audio? Yes, thank you. There are many ways. The catharsis itself, you can imagine the situation, how you want to make a change. You just visualize, reframe it. Okay. And another one is releasing that pain by, for example, you can just hold them in a place where you can imagine the person is there in front of you, just hold it. And if you want to hit the person, imagine the pillow in that person who is the person root cause for the problem. You hit back that pillow. Imaginarily, you can do that. There are a lot of ways we can release it. And we can say even crying also help you to release your emotional pain. There are a lot more are there. And you can try these things, and definitely it will help them to come out. Catharsis is the best way you can immediate relief for that emotional pain they are having for a longer period of time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am. Bindu, ma'am.
sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to know, how can we get rid of this positive stress? I think the most confident, even the most confident person will confront the same problem.
Yes. The positive stress or something, here we are having a wrong understanding about the positivity. I can say that there are many people who think that if I think positively, will it be positive for in my life? No. There is a saying is called optimism, in realistic optimism, realistic positive thinking. Here, what is the realistic? For example, I can jump 3 feet. I can have the optimism of 3.5 feet, not a 30 feet. So when this person is called, we can call cognitive distortion. When a person having unrealistic expectations as a goal, definitely we cannot reach that goal. And we can able to make them person to realize that what you are having, that cognitive bias or cognitive dissonance. And when we make them to understand, definitely they may not have such a thing. And it is very common among the kids. And generally, when we say the words, this is a stone more precious, you will get all the luck. The children will believe it. But we have to understand that, okay, something is happening for it. It has only some extent only, not always. So these realization we have to make it. That's why very recently, when people talking about positivity, there are group of people come and say that, what is positivity? You have to teach them. There are many people, they think that non-positivity as a positivity. So it is our duty to make them to realize that what is the real positivity. That is the only way we can able to help them having that other side of positivity stress. We can able to help them to come out from that.
Okay, so I am the one who belongs to this category. That's why I asked this question.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Sir, can I ask the participants over here to give a feedback for my thing? And dear friends, I will share a link in the chat box, and you can give the feedback. Just a minute. Yeah, in the chat box, I shared a link, friends. You can click the link where I can find. When you can give the feedback here, you can, when you scroll down, you can find out the star will be there. If my session is very good, he can give 5 star. If my session is good, he can give 4 star. If my session is average, give 3 star. And the comment box will be there. You can just type that the feedback for my session, and that will be useful for my career advancement. Feel free to give that feedback to the comment, the link which I shared earlier. And again, thank you, my dear friend and respected principal of Kerala University College of Teacher Education, my friend Dr. Kumar sir, and Bindu ma'am, and all the faculty members and student coordinator and participant for listening my presentation from the beginning itself. I'm really honored, and I feel that more more motivated to come up with more sessions. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Okay. So me and my friends are watching in the big screen.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, they need to say something.
Yeah, yes.
Sir, your webinar was awesome. We
Sir,
liked it.
this is Arjun from Kolattur.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for helping us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir, he is Amal, Kerala team roll ball
Good luck.
captain.
Oh, I'm happy to know about it. Thank you. Thank you.
Happy.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, Amarta.
Okay, sir. We can move on to the vote of thanks session. I would like to invite Ms. Vinita from first year B.Ed English to deliver the vote of thanks session. Vote of thanks.
Good evening, all. Being a student of KUCT Nadamangar, it's my privilege to deliver a vote of thanks in this occasion. First of all, I would like to thank our resource person, Dr. Suresh Kumar Murugesan, Assistant Professor, Department of Psychology, the American College Madurai, for this wonderful workshop on stress management. Sir, the session was really fruitful and interactive. Thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart. Next, I express my sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. Sunit Kumar GN sir, for granting permission to conduct this workshop. I would like to thank the program convener, Ms. Bindu S. Nair, Assistant Professor, KUCT Nadamangar, for arranging this workshop on stress management. Thank you, teacher, for your guidance and support. At last, but not the least, I use this opportunity to thank all the teaching faculties and students from various institutions for joining us today. I also thank all the students and teachers of KUCT Nadamangar for making this session a great success. Once again, thank you all.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you all. Okay.